Hello and welcome to Siobhan Talks Periods. My name is Siobhan Carroll. I am a naturopath and a herbalist and I am passionate about periods. I'm also passionate about plants, so the predominant thing we're going to focus today is herbal solutions for painful periods. But the question that I'm going to answer is, what can I take for period pain? So, the last video I did was how much period pain is normal. If you are experiencing period pain, definitely go check that one out. Today we're going to look at solutions of things you can take during your period when you've got cramps. First of all, if you look this up on the internet, you will find Dr. Google suggesting probably non-steroidal anti-inflammatories is the top thing. The second thing is probably going to be the pill. But this being a video by a naturopath and a herbalist, I am not going to suggest those things. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatories come with a host of side effects and they're definitely not recommended to take long term. And I think women deserve better, and I think you deserve a better option than just here, take these pills that can increase your risk of heart attack and stroke and gastrointestinal bleeding. And the other option then that is given is the pill. The oral contraceptive pill, hormonal birth control, is a great thing to have in the world if you're using it for birth control and you're making that decision consciously, knowing all of the side effects. That's great. However, it's not, in my books, a good treatment option for painful periods. It's not going to get rid of your painful periods. It's actually just going to get rid of your periods, full stop. For the most part, if you're taking something like a combination pill with estrogen and progesterone in them, where you take a week off at the end, and that is what many people consider a period, but it's not actually a period. It's just a withdrawal bleed. Your body is bleeding to make it seem natural when it's really not natural. It's just bleeding due to the withdrawal of synthetic hormones. So the pill will absolutely not fix your painful periods. It won't just get rid of your painful periods. It will get rid of your periods altogether. So in my books, they're not good enough options. So here are some natural things that can help that have side benefits rather than side effects. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is magnesium. Magnesium is such a wonderful nutrient. We are all quite lacking in magnesium. It's lacking in our food and our diet. It's lacking in the soil. It's one of the most commonly prescribed supplements that I recommend in my clinic. It's great for so many things, from hormonal health to bone health and muscles and everything in between. But it does have this lovely calming effect on the muscles. So it can help if it's taken. You can take up to 500 milligrams of it a day when you're bleeding, and it can help reduce period pains in the moment. As well as you can take 100, 200 milligrams, whatever is recommended on your product, that can be taken throughout the month as well, just to make sure you have decent levels of magnesium. But it is one of the ones that you can take in a bit higher dose when you have your period. Magnesium citrate can be good, but taken in high doses, it can cause your bowels to move a bit more. So if you're a little bit constipated, it can actually be good to add in, because constipation can also add to period pain. If you can think about like the geography of it, the anatomy of where everything is. If your bowels are bunged up and constipated, and there's more stuff in the way in there that's causing a little bit of inflammation and pain and cramping. So definitely good to keep pooing as well, and the magnesium citrate will help. But my favorite magnesium to use is magnesium glycinate or bisglycinate, and I find it's just easier to absorb and more well tolerated by most people, and doesn't have that same laxative effect. So secondly, we're going to have a look at some herbs. So the first herb I want to talk about is Vitex agnus castus. Our lovely agnus castus is a really wonderful herb for so many different things. 1 second. Also, always remember to drink your water. So yes, agnus castus is a really wonderful herb for so many different things to do with the menstrual cycle. But it's particularly great for symptoms of PMS, symptoms of estrogen excess, estrogen dominance, and also painful periods. So if you're dealing with a lot of period pain, this isn't one just to take just on the days of your period. It needs to be taken every day of the month for kind of 1 to 3 months to start to notice the difference. But particularly if you have very heavy periods, or if your periods are kind of close together, if you have short cycles, then Agnus Castus is one to take. I recommend it in tincture form. You can take, there's a couple of ways to take it. You can take kind of 15 to 20 drops twice a day, or you can take 30 drops first thing in the morning when you wake up. There's some thought amongst some herbalists that taking it first thing in the morning can be better, because it works on the pituitary gland, and that's when the pituitary gland is most active. But really in practice, I find that taking it twice a day is great as well. It gets more of it in your body over a different period of time, you know. So both, there are two different options, whichever works best for you. Agnus Castus is a great long-term solution that helps to work with the underlying issue at play here of the hormonal imbalance. It actually helps the hormones to kind of talk better to each other, and helps to bring down those higher levels of estrogen, bring estrogen and progesterone back into more suitable balance. The next herb we're going to look at is valerian. So valerian is a herb that we'd most commonly think of for stress or sleep, and it is brilliant for both of those things. However, it's also antispasmodic, and it's been used by herbalists for many years and centuries for painful period cramps, and for cramps in general. It's really good for any kind of muscle spasms, for like, you know, twitching legs and muscles, and restless leg syndrome and things like that. But great for period cramps. It's one that you can take you know, just on the days when you have cramps. So if you're just getting cramps kind of the first day or two of your period, you can take valerian just on those days. You don't need to take it on an ongoing basis for it to help your period cramps. Some other things that can be really helpful are ginger and chamomile. These can both be drank as a tea. So you can chop up fresh ginger and make a ginger tea out of it and drink that on the days. Again, this is one that you just need to take on the days that you're bleeding, but if you like them, you can drink them all month long. But you can take a really strong ginger tea, chop up lots of ginger, and boil it up in a pot with the lid on, and that's going to make what we call a decoction. So it's a little bit stronger than just putting a few slices of ginger in some boiling water in a cup. And you can drink those. Really, ginger is really anti-inflammatory. It's antispasmodic. It has helps to kind of move the blood. It's a circulatory stimulant. It has a sort of an affinity with the womb, so it helps to get things moving, and helps with the kind of underlying stagnation that is sometimes associated with period cramps. Chamomile is another one that can be drank as a tea. You can take chamomile tea bags, or just loose chamomile tea, and make them into a herbal tea. You can just place the flowers into some boiling water, or the tea bag into boiling water like you'd make a cup of tea, and leave it there for about 10 minutes and then drink it. Chamomile is again, like valerian, one that we would think of for stress and sleep, but it's actually a really anti-inflammatory herb, and so it helps to bring down the inflammation and eases the pain associated with period cramps. The last one that I will mention is our lovely water. So water is so important for so many things, and none of us are drinking enough water. Well, not none of us, but very few people really drink enough water. So what I want you to do is to take your body weight in kg and multiply that by 0.333. And drinking that much water every day for your particular body type is the amount that you need in order to stay fully hydrated. Being dehydrated is going to increase your period pain, it's going to increase cramps, and it's going to just reduce your energy, make you feel lethargic and just a bit crappy in general. Really, really important to make sure you drink enough water. If you are drinking any coffee, alcohol, black tea, even nettle tea, it can be dehydrating, because these are all diuretics and they all make you wee more, and you need to replace that extra fluid. So any cup of coffee or alcohol or tea that you're drinking, add an extra cup of water as well. If you're exercising to the point of sweating for 30 minutes, drink another cup of water. If you're breastfeeding, you need to drink another half litre. So you're likely not drinking enough water. Definitely let me know in the comments if when you've done this calculation, if you've been drinking enough water. So those are my top tips for period pain, of things that you can take, what you can take for period pain. Magnesium, Agnus castus, valerian, ginger, chamomile and water. Topically, I also recommend arnica gel. I find it a brilliant anti-inflammatory gel, which is as effective as ibuprofen gel. And you can take this, it's something that, again, we wouldn't necessarily associate with period pain. It's great for rubbing on bumps and bruises and achy joints. But you can rub it on your belly, rub it on your lower back, and it can be a really wonderful topical solution for period pain as well. So in addition to what you can take, you can also put things on topically. Of course, hot water bottles, rubbing, you can use the ginger essential oil to rub in a carrier oil and rub that on your belly or your back, and you can try the arnica gel as well. And hopefully these are great solutions for you. Taking the kind of long-term suggestions of things like Agnus castus, and we'll definitely talk about dietary and lifestyle things in another video if that's of interest to you. As always, please like and comment and follow and all the good things that you can do on social media. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments or send me a private message or email, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks so much.